neurodivergent series. All right, y'all, let's continue the series. So let me tell you why a lot of neurodivergent, especially autistic people, outgrow people so fast, especially in dating. Hello, my name is Keldrika. I'm a holistic psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner and an intuitive guide. All right, y'all, let's continue this neurodivergent series. So a lot of times when you're neurodivergent, people call you picky or too cold, especially when it comes to dating. And it's only because you have discernment and you have pattern recognition. So when you're neurodivergent, you naturally see the end from the beginning. So that means you don't need 3 months, you don't need 6 months, you don't need the whole relationship to figure somebody out. All it takes is one date, one conversation, one moment, because you're actually listening to their patterns and their behavior, not the fantasy of what they could be. Neurotypical people will normally say, well, give them time, or maybe they'll change, because they operate more on hope or emotional potential. But a neurodivergent mind sees the pattern. Once you see the pattern, you already know the outcome. So yeah, you cut people off quickly, because once someone tells you who they are, you don't ignore it, you believe it. Just like Maya Angelou. You don't rationalize it, you don't romanticize it. Your brain is already calculating. If they're saying this on the first date, if they're doing this already, if they're avoiding this already, I already know what's gonna happen. And it doesn't match where I'm headed, doesn't match what I need. That's not being harsh, that's called discernment. And here's the thing, if you ever stayed too long in a situation because you ignored that first instinct, you learned the hard way that your intuition was right the first time. That anxiety that you feel on a date, half the time, that's not your anxiety, that's your intuition. That's your intuition saying this person is not aligned with your future. When you're neurodivergent, your nervous system reacts before your mind fully interprets it. I know it's a show called Love on a Spectrum, and I see a lot of people saying, oh, we should all date like we're autistic, or we should all go out and meet people and cut people off as quick as autistic people do. But understand that they're seeing these patterns in the first date. They're already saying, okay, well, this doesn't align with me. I already see the patterns. I know it's not going to work. There's a disconnect, so let me go ahead and cut it off. And honestly, it's because you're being honest. You outgrow people fast because you can see them clearly. That is your gift.